Hi everybody, I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Monday, January 6th. On today's show, Melanie Broad tells us about balance exercises we can do at home. Dr. Carol Clark reminds us about the importance of scheduling a wellness visit. And Bruce Findley previews all the technology classes beginning in this semester of the Shell Point Academy. And what an Academy lineup we have planned. The new semester starts today, and here's just a taste of what you can look forward to this week in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. At 10:30 this morning, the Anatomy of Words group discusses interesting words and tracks down their histories and origins. All are welcome to join this group every Monday morning. Tomorrow, history professor Adrian Kerr returns with numerous brand new classes, including his particular field of expertise, ancient Egypt, with a session tomorrow about how CT scans are revealing new secrets about the ancients. Ancient Egypt, New Discoveries, meets tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Also tomorrow, Sheila Sklar leads a class on reminiscing, also called Life Review. If you love talking about the past, then join her tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the Buttonwood Room at the Woodlands. Wednesday, we're joined by bridge expert Susan Willoughby for a new session of Intermediate Bridge, starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. in the Woodlands Game Room. Also, Herb Sklar's live figure drawing class allows you to practice drawing the human form every Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the Woodlands Sable Room. And Thursday brings a math class for those who never liked math. Presenter Dick Brown brings math to life, Thursday at 9:15 in the Village Church Hospitality Room. And a week from today, Peter Dice brings another fascinating presentation about the history of Shell Point. That happens next Monday at 1:15 at the church auditorium. And that's just this week. Later in the show, we'll hear more about the technology classes planned for the spring semester of the Academy. So to sign up for any of these classes, call the Island Service Desk at 454-2282 or the Woodland Service Desk at 454-2054. But first, we want to let you know about a Get to Know Your Neighbor event featuring 7 sisters. No, this isn't a Broadway musical. We're talking about 7 Northeast colleges which were traditionally for women only. These are Barnard College, Bryn Mawr, Mount Holyoke, Radcliffe, Smith College, Vassar, and Wellesley. If you attended or taught at these colleges or have memories of them, then share them with your fellow Northeasterners. This Get to Know Your Neighbor event happens today at 2:15 p.m. in the Social Center, so expect refreshments and plenty of fun. And then tomorrow is a huge event. It's gigantic. It's enormous. It's ginormous. It's the LifeQuest Expo. This free event showcases all of Shell Point's health services and programs, as well as local businesses that can help your LifeQuest goals, be they physical, spiritual, environmental, community and social, and more. There are more than 50 booths to tour, and numerous giveaways, door prizes, refreshments, and other many good things. The LifeQuest Expo is open to all, tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the church auditorium. You can read more about LifeQuest and overall healthy living in this month's issue of Shell Point Life magazine. For example, on page 15, Dr. Carol Clark discusses the importance of an annual wellness visit. Not only is this 50-minute session good for your overall health, but it's absolutely free, paid for by Medicare. Carol Clark is here to explain more.
The annual wellness exam is also one thing that Medicare put into place because they showed that it actually works. If you come in once a year to have the physician review with you what the mammogram was, what the colonoscopy was, what the chest x-ray was, or any other visits that you've had with other specialists. You kind of come in for a review session. You have a little vision test, a little memory test, and it's a 50-minute appointment where you and the provider have a chance to just kind of talk about what's gone on in the last year. Medicare believes that piece is important because the doctor reviews all the other specialists that you've been to and sets your plan for the year to come. So if you've had, let's just say, a question about how many times do I have to have mammography, how many times do I have to have pap smears, how many times do I have to have a PSA drawn, you can have all of those annual types of things reviewed and then set a plan for what works when you're 80, what works when you're 85, when do I have to stop doing all these things, or what should I start doing in order to stay well. The other place for this wellness service is fitting just like a glove with our MyQuest program here at ShellPoint. It isn't that your provider needs to know that you're trying to walk 10,000 steps every day with your pedometer. They're not going to pry into that. But what they would like to know is, what are your MyQuest goals and how can I help you achieve them? So if you get out on the path around the island and you start to feel sweaty and a little pressure in your chest when you're halfway around, then you might want to come to the provider and say, this is my goal. I want to do these many steps, but I'm not feeling so well when I get about halfway around the island. That would be a good time to say, this is my MyQuest goal, but I'm struggling to achieve it. And then get your provider to help you with that. It's a very nice opportunity to have more than 10 minutes or more than 20 minutes with your provider, because you're actually with them for almost an hour reviewing what the last year has been about and what the next year needs to be about. The annual wellness visit is no out-of-pocket expense. Unless you're less than 65, then you'd want to wait till you are 65. It includes the basic assessment of health status, review of goals for weight, blood pressure, and exercise, and some of the screening tests. Be careful in your language to not call it that annual physical. We can't call it an annual physical either, because it goes in the garbage can at Medicare. They don't pay for an annual physical anymore, and they would just reject it and then send you the bill for a couple $100. The all-important wellness visit. Schedule the annual wellness. It's in your best interest, and it will help you organize your plan for health. Organize your medications and supplements. Bring them with you in a little caddy to every visit. Communicate your MyQuest goals and partner with your provider on this matter of how much exercise you'd like to be able to do, and whether or not you should be cleared for certain types of endurance. And avoid my list of complaints and focus each visit on the main problem you need help with. The ShellPoint Medical Center wants to be there for you at all times. And we are staffed with either someone there in the medical center or on call 24/7. So I've had several people say, well, it was Friday night, so I didn't call until Monday. And by that time, their shingles or their cough or their sore throat or whatever was full blown. So please remember that someone can be available to help you 24/7.
Of course, there are other things you can do to keep up your physical health. For example, if you have balance issues, you can attend one of the many balance classes offered by our fitness instructors. But even if you can't make it to the classes, there are balance exercises you can do for yourself in your own home. Melanie Broad will demonstrate at a Health Connection class next Monday, January 13th at 9:15 in the Social Center. Here is a preview.
I I'm Mary Franklin here today with one of our Shell Point favorites, fitness instructor Melanie Broad, and she's going to be conducting a Health Connections program coming up on Monday, January 13th at 9:15 a.m. in the Social Center. You're going to want to mark this on your calendar because she is going to cover the topic, balance exercises you can do at home. Melanie, thanks for coming out of the fitness studio and coming up to the TV studio.
You're welcome.
Today.
Glad to be here.
Well, you have an interesting topic, and it's somewhat of a follow-up because we had Mark Tesoro come a while ago, and he covered kind of the statistics of falls and balance and the importance it is. But you're going to give a realistic view and actually give people tools that they can do at home to improve their balance. Is that correct?
That's right, Mary. This is like one of the most popular questions I get asked is how can I improve my balance? So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to give some people some ideas to maintain the balance they have or improve the balance at home.
Right. So your session, you really are focusing on that person that has good balance right now and wants to keep it or improve it.
Correct.
Right. So what do you say to the person who maybe is dealing with some balance issues right now? What should they be doing?
Well, balance issues can be caused from a number of things, and as we age, it's inevitable that you're going to lose your balance. Your vision gets a little bit worse. The hair cells in your inner ear, you lose the ability to feel the floor a little bit. Your posture, you're on medication.
Right.
So each individual is different of why they lose balance. So if they're not sure, I would go see a specialist and find out what they are, and then narrow it down so you can concentrate on those areas.
Right. Because we have a variety of different classes, so once they've seen the specialist, they would know what to sign up for. But your class on January 13th, you're actually going to do a PowerPoint that will give everyone tools that they can take home and do some exercises at home. And should they come prepared just to sit the whole time?
We're going to be a little bit active, and I would prefer them to wear sturdy shoes and some loose clothing, and we're going to move a little bit, so it's going to get a little bit warm in there. So just be prepared, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Okay. It's going to be a full house in the Social Center, and with your expertise and knowledge, I'm sure everyone will go home with a lot of information.
Yes.
So go ahead and sign up for this program. It's going to be great. Don't forget comfortable, sturdy shoes and some clothes you feel comfortable moving around in, because not only is this class going to be educational, but you're going to be able to get up and get moving as well. So once again, Monday, January 13th, 9:15 a.m. in the Social Center. Be there with Melanie. Balance exercises you can do at home. I'm Mary Franklin, and along with Melanie, we hope you have a wonderful and healthy day.
Earlier today, we previewed the classes available this week in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. Now, we also have a wide array of technology classes available in our technology sector called T3, Technology Today and Tomorrow. We talked to Bruce Findley to learn more.
Hello, everyone. I'm Terry Koleth. I'm here today with Bruce Findley of Sundial. We're talking about a very special section in the Academy of Lifelong Learning, and that's our Technology Today and Tomorrow. We refer to it lovingly as T3. Thanks for joining me, Bruce.
Certainly.
You and Penny. Penny talked to us just a short time ago about the value of trying the new technology, what it does for your life. And today you're going to talk about how you've organized the technology so people can begin with what we call the core classes, get the basics, move on to what's important and the function, and then move on from there to the apps that are helpful. So let's talk about a little bit today. Somebody may be anywhere on this journey of technology today and tomorrow, or about to step into technology. We begin with basics.
There are 20 classes, and we did our very best to make them accessible to you. So we start with the things if you're new to this area, the musts. We have the must or the basic core classes. We have the should classes that go on to explain operating system functions. And then we have optional classes which deal with apps which expand the horizon of what we're doing.
Let's start for a minute with the basic, or what we call the core classes. I love the titles you come up with. iPad, why do I need one? Will it replace my PC? That is a very basic class.
The first one, why do I need one? And it's the iPad. Why do I need an iPad, or why do I need one? Will it replace my PC? This presumes that you do not have an iPad, but the last several times we've given this class, half the class walks in with an iPad. Whether you have one or don't have one, it should be thought of as your starting point. This is where, if you're walking through the maze, this is where you enter.
And we have
things.
some that we'll have at the class for those who don't already have an iPad to try and say, oh, this is what it's all about. This is what it looks like. This is what it feels like.
Many people, the first question, why do I need one? For many people, that's the pithy little question. But for others, will it replace my PC is the pithy little question. Sure. Because some people have a PC that is getting older. Whether it's just a question of why do I want one, or in a sense, is this device going to help me replace my PC? This is the place to come and ask the questions and get a start as to how you approach this area.
And then we move on to the should classes. They're important. They're the iOS classes, the operating system classes. So tell us a little bit about those, Bruce.
The important classes are extensions of the operating system that you need to know about. And they generally have one word. While they are not apps, AirPrint is how you print off of a tablet or an iPhone. Keychain is how you handle security and passwords. Siri and the microphone are how you talk, and you do not have to type to these devices. You can replace at least 80%, some people as much as 90%, if you understand and you talk to the iPad. And the last is AirPlay, which relates to your HDTV. How to connect, or what can you do with the iPad and your HDTV.
Fabulous. And then you also offer an entire package of apps classes, and they look like so much fun.
We there are 5 classes relating to Apple apps, or apps developed by Apple. The camera and the photos and FaceTime and Pages and Numbers and iBooks. Which gives the e-reader function, but we also have started more and more to talk about apps that Apple hasn't written, but the marketplace has filled in very important functions, such as Dropbox and Facebook.
So the beauty of this organization that you and Penny have put in place for us is that we can come into these classes wherever we are. We'll have some people who have already taken basic and core classes, and now they're ready to take some of your apps classes. We'll have people who have gotten used to their iPad, and now they'd like to learn a little bit more about their operating system. And then we have the people who got this iPad maybe as a present, maybe bought one just because they thought it was a neat new thing to do, but really don't know how to get started with it. So you cover the gamut. Well, you've both convinced me. I have my iPad. I use it. I feel supported. I can't imagine a community, how our community would be without the generosity of our Academy instructors and sharing your love for the technology that's available. And we just cannot thank you enough, but I thank you.
You're very welcome.
Make sure you open the Academy brochure, turn to the Technology Today and Tomorrow section. Look at these classes, see what's available from the generosity of Penny Modrich and Bruce Findley.
Coming up, we are covering all of Monday's happenings. But before we get to that, let's get a preview of this week's Channel 13 radio program, Listening to the Words.
Listening to the Words this week looks at how more and more Americans are involved in rescuing mistreated animals. One example is a woman who spent years finding and saving her horse. Another is a farm in northern Florida which rescues abused horses. You'll also go on a wild taxi ride in Brooklyn. Also enjoy Nita DeWeese's humorous look at Sunday morning traffic in Fort Myers. And a story by a nephew of mine whose car kept starting and running by itself. You'll want to hear Hank Heitman's childhood memory of a homeless friend in Miami Beach. This is David Howenstein, reminding you that these are just some of the stories and articles I have put together for your listening pleasure on Listening to the Words, every half hour all this week on your Shell Point Channel 13.
Welcome to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. Welcome to 2014, actually. We hope you all had a great new year. And my name is Leslie Brand, and I'm here with Bev Chanley. And we are here to tell you about the activities going on today. At 9 o'clock, we're going to start with the food pantry volunteers needed at the Village Church on the island. 9 o'clock is a men's match play doubles tennis at the tennis courts. 9:15, we have billiards at the Resident Activity Center. Also at 9:15 is pottery at the Pottery Studio on the island. Lastly, at 9:15 is virtual bowling at the Resident Activity Center. 10:15 is the Parkinson's Enrichment Group at the Hospitality Room at the Village Church. The Disciples Men's Bible Study Group is at 10:30 in the game room. Table Tennis Clinic at 10:45 in the Tarpon Room. And at 11:30 is the Health Connection Specifics and Strength Training at the Health Club, but the class is full. All right, Bev, take it away for the afternoon activities.
All right, Leslie, we're going to start our activities today at 12 o'clock, where Mahjong will be played in the Sable Room at the Woodlands. Then we jump to 1:15 with Scrabble in the Library Lounge. Also at 1:15, table tennis will be played in the Tarpon Room. And then we have tone chimes in the Osprey Room, also at 1:15. 1:30 to 3:30, the Model Train Room will be open for tours, so head on down there and enjoy that setup. 1:45, we have a Health Connections class, Balance and Mobility Training Level 1 in the Health Club, and that is currently full. Then we'll move to 2 o'clock, where the Beady-Eyed Bead Club will be busy in the Oak Room. 2:15, we have Do You Know Your Neighbor? 7 Sisters. That will be in the Social Center on the island. At 3 o'clock, we have another Health Connections Pilates Stretch in the Health Club. And then we round out today with 6:30 Duplicate Bridge in the game room of the Woodlands. Well, we're so glad you joined us here today, and we will be back here again tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Terry Kolath, and I'd like to tell you what's going on in the Academy of Lifelong Learning Monday, January 6th. We start the day with a computer college prep school in the Computer Teaching Center on the island at 9:30. Sign up is required. The Anatomy of Words groups will be meeting in a new place at a new time, 10:30 in the Oak Room, still at the Woodlands, and all are still welcome. Tomorrow, we are offering 2 pottery classes, Throwing on the Wheel with Mike Lienhart, one in the morning and the same class again in the afternoon. Professor Adrian Kerr is going to share ancient Egypt new discoveries, and Phil Gannon of Rosemont is going to do part 1 of A Tale of Two Cities, Singapore and Detroit. Sheila Sklar of Eagles Preserve will be teaching Life Review, Reminiscence, and Al Kaplan of Oakmont, Where Did That File Go? A computer college course.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is spaghetti and meatballs with garlic bread and cauliflower. The dinner special is home cooking night for $9.95, and the soup of the day is beef noodle. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy a mushroom Swiss burger with fries for $7.25. The dinner special is char-grilled pork, mashed potatoes, and green beans for $8.25. And the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods, and I am pleased to announce that we are about to begin the Season of Praise concert series here for 2014. This first concert of the new year will be this Sunday evening, January 12th at 6:15 with Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass. It has become a tradition for the Village Church to host Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass in concert every year, and every year there's a full house for this concert. No doubt this concert is so popular because the outstanding brass ensemble presents hymn classics with a very contemporary flair. The King's Brass features 3 trumpets, 3 trombones, tuba, percussion, and keyboards. The instruments are all blended together to create a time of innovative worship that will be enjoyed by everyone. Secular and sacred music critics alike applaud the King's Brass concerts as being superb in every way and innovative and well played. Truly, this will be another unforgettable experience. The King's Brass, formed 3 decades ago, is comprised of professional musicians from across the country, each one desiring to use the instruments they love to lead others in praise and worship. This year, the group is celebrating their 35th anniversary tour, and their program this Sunday will include Copeland's Fanfare for the Common Man and the Hoedown from Rodeo. Favorite hymn arrangements will include How Great Thou Art, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee, and Amazing Grace, God of Our Fathers. There will also be some toe-tapping gospel songs like Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. And as always, the King's Brass will present a patriotic tribute to the men and women of the armed forces. Tickets for this Season of Praise concert are $10 and can be purchased at the door prior to the concert. But to guarantee your ticket, be sure to stop by or call the church office and get your tickets today. It's going to be a great concert this Sunday evening at 6:15. I hope to see you there as we enjoy the music and artistry of Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we learn how gardening can be a positive benefit for your health. We'll also get a What's Cooking recipe for a simple but extremely tasty snack you can make anytime. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Monday, January 6th. I'm Jared Pike, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.